Yeah, I'm Austin Pfenninger. Graduated here in 2013. 3-year letterman in football. We won a state championship in 2011. Ended up walking on at the University of Miami down in Florida and became a letterman there and got on the field. After that, got a law degree at Drake University in Iowa, and then another master's back down in Miami in sports administration. I'm a sports agent now, so I started my own company, PRG, it's Pfenninger Representation Group. Back in the summer of 2018, I was the youngest at the time registered football agent in the country, and now I'm the youngest dual football and baseball agent. I just got registered in that sport as well. So I'm back up here for the NFL Combine, networking and doing some continuing education things we have to do. And yeah, it's a good one of me to stop by and speak with all of you, about, kind of my journey and all that. And so obviously, if you look at me, I don't really look the part of a, Division I athlete. And, I wasn't blessed with great size or athleticism, but, I got to where I did on, my work ethic and not cutting corners and kind of being relentless with how I approach everything. And that's the same mentality that I approach business now. Being an entrepreneur, there's a lot of decisions you have to make, and leadership's a key part of that. And I had a lot of great leaders that influenced me, and a lot of really bad ones along the way that kind of taught me how I don't want to approach things, and taught me lessons as well, on how I would deal with things or people differently. So, those are very, I think, vital experiences, and especially being involved in sports, you learn a lot, just a lot of teamwork and leadership and camaraderie, and how you approach certain situations. So that was what I think athletics has been a huge part of my life, and that's why I have a job involving athletics. For those of you who don't know what a sports agent is, in the simplest terms, it's like a manager for professional athletes, and you negotiate their contracts with professional teams. So again, this is my second year as an NFL agent, and then I just got registered with baseball, so trying to break into that side as well. Do you want to open up for questions?
What do you guys want to know?
A brief spiel, but yeah, go ahead.
Who are some of your clients?
So right now I got a tight end, Cole Herdman, on the Tennessee Titans. He played at Purdue, and then I got a couple former teammates from Miami that are played in the NFL now up in Canada.
Come on, guys.
Quiet group this time. Yeah, so any question about college or entrepreneurship, starting a business? Yeah.
What position do you play in college?
Receiver, like slot receiver.
Yes. In your position now, when you go to the NFL Combine, what's your goal when you take that trip there? Like, what are you trying to do?
Leave with at least one more business card than I came in with. So, networking is the biggest part of that. We have seminars we have to go to for, continuing education and kind of general discussions. But the big thing on that is everyone involved with football is in India at one time. So it's trying to meet new people, talk to scouts about the players you have, and meet new scouts so you have resources to go to. With what I do, who you know, and relationships is the biggest part of that. So kind of getting out of your comfort zone, and naturally I'm a little more introverted, but I'm in a people business, so I have to branch out from what I'm comfortable with, and learning to deal with that and meet new people, introduce yourself, find commonalities that you can talk about is key for what I'm doing.
What were the steps you took in becoming an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so my dad was an entrepreneur, and he started a couple companies. So I think, in the back of my mind, I always wanted to do that at some point. I wasn't sure how early. So especially with what I'm doing, and in any business you get into, if it's not a new market, then you have to find a way to do what you do better than anyone else, or find a way that really differentiates you from your competitors. So with me, not many agents actually played their sport in college. So that's something that, you know, I had going for me that most don't have. And, you know, I had a ton of connections playing at a big school in college, and then Carmel High School. There's so many guys that go D1 that some of my old high school buddies were able to tie me in with their teammates at certain schools. So I had a lot of connections, and I had that personal experience that, you know, most don't have. So that's kind of why I decided to do my own thing. And, you know, there's a lot of people in this industry that kind of get a bad rap, and, you know, I didn't want my reputation to be ruined by someone else, either like a boss or, you know, someone asking me to do something I don't agree with. You know, as far as getting registered as an agent for football, you had to have some type of grad degree, and then you sit for an exam, which is offered once a year, and only about 40 to 45% pass it a year. So it's really regulated and tough to break in. But, you know, I always kind of wanted to do my own thing, and I've always done that, whether it's going off to college or whatever. So, you know, that's why I started my own company, and I'm glad that I'm, you know, in control of what I can control, and, you know, my fate's out of someone else's hands.
As a manager, how would you like deal with stuff that, like, if you had a client like Antonio Brown, what kind of, how
That's
would
a
you,
great
like,
question.
how would you go about like dealing with his situation?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's tough. I think the first thing is, you know, trying your best not to recruit guys like that. I really try to focus on, you know, guys I know that are gonna work hard and do the right thing and kind of like-minded to me. Obviously, with professional athletes, you can't ever fully escape that. Now, if you do have a guy who's causing a lot of issues, then, you know, kind of step back, help provide some more resources with outside help or counseling. You know, kind of weigh the pros and cons of all their decisions and the opportunity costs that, you know, they're missing out on if they do this or that. So yeah, it's not easy, and that's kind of what I'm learning is, you know, there's a lot of egos involved and a lot of different personalities. So, you know, you can't approach every single guy the same way. You can't be cookie cutter, because some of those guys are gonna see right through it, or you're not really going to be able to help them out. So kind of taking everybody by a case approach, and, you know, some guys, they want to talk to you once a week. Others, you need to be checking in every single day to make sure they're, you know, on the right track. So just kind of catering to each individual, the client, is what's necessary, and that's what ends up being best for them.